but we're going to get started. So welcome to this afternoon's Town Board work session. And I ask if you can to please rise for a Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we do have some Town Board items to go through, and I do want to no problem, to mention a couple of things as we're heading through the work session, or as we go through the Town Board items tonight. After that, we're going to have a celebratory recess. It is the last evening that Deputy Supervisor Buckeye and our Town Highway Superintendent Pat Lucy will be with us. And we're certainly going to take a few minutes to recognize them for all of their efforts. But first, we're going to go through the Town Board items. And it's a few things on the agenda here. We do have public hearings tonight on fire protection district contracts. Who's presenting those? You are, Sam. Okay. And then, Sean, what do we, 1350 is held?
Yes, I believe we discussed rescheduling 1350 for your first regular meeting in January because we have a meeting coming up with the neighbors.
Yes, okay, perfect. Okay, we have development review actions on the agenda. There's a vote on the seeker determination for 420 New Road. And then we have the adoption of a local law to amend the zoning map on 420 New Road. Are there any questions about either of those? Okay. We do have also the seeker determination on 4774 and 4780 Sheridan Drive, Z 2023-07, and then the associated adoption of local law to amend the zoning map. Are there any questions on those items? Okay. Resolution 1009 is the issuance of a supplemental finding statement on 772 North Forest, 385 Maple Road, and 391 Maple, Amherst Central Park. Any questions regarding the issuance of supplemental findings? And then we have a resolution on the approval of the planned unit development for 772 North Forest Road, 385 Maple, and 391 Maple. Any questions about the PUD? Okay. All right, so on to some of our resolutions and the inclusion of potential consent agenda. I did get a confirmation from Councilwoman Berger that she had no issues with putting any of these on a consent agenda. First item is Councilmember Lavin's resolution 1011 requesting a scheduled public hearing. Sean?
Thank you, Supervisor. Yeah, this is my request for a public hearing for a local law that will hopefully be on the floor February 24th.
Okay. Any reason not to schedule that via consent? Okay. Resolution 1012 is the adoption of local law amending Chapter 121 of the Code of the Town of Amherst Historic Preservation Commission. Any questions regarding the adoption of the local law? Public hearing was closed last meeting. Any reason to withhold that from consent? Okay.
Thank you.
Resolution 1013 is a non-exclusive permanent public drainage easement agreement, CRS 4493, PB Investors LLC. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 114 is the Regency Builders 166 Klein Road, Regency Commons. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1015 is the new firefighter for Maine Transit Fire Department. Any questions about the appointment? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1016 is a new firefighter for Swarmville Fire Company. Any questions about the appointment? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1017 is a new firefighter for the East Amherst Fire Department. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1018 is a new firefighter for North Bailey Fire Company. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1019 is the 2024 NFBOA Conference. Any questions regarding the conference? Any reason to withhold that resolution from consent? Resolution 1021 is the Edmunds GovTech Software IPS Maintenance Contract, CRS 4468. Any questions regarding the resolution? Did I miss one? Whoops, sorry. Resolution 1020, right at the bottom of my page. What would it? How would it be if it was your last meeting, Deputy Supervisor, and I did skip at least one? Resolution 1020 is the FLBOA conference. Any questions regarding that conference? Any reason to withhold that from consent? Now, Resolution 1021 is the Edmunds GovTech Software IPS Maintenance Contract, CRS 4468. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1022 is a change order number 1 and final quantity adjustment for Rodriguez Construction Group Incorporated, Veterans Canal Park Capital Improvements Project. Any questions regarding the change order? Any reason to withhold its approval from consent? Resolution 1023 is the scheduling and payroll software, CRS 4427. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold them from consent? Resolution 1024, budget transfers and amendments. Any questions regarding the budget transfers and amendments? Any reason to withhold them from consent? Resolution 976 is an award of bid 2023049, transportation of stabilized sludge cake grit screening, CRS 4434 and 4435. This was subject to some question. I feel that after developing a better understanding of the award, that I'm confident in the award itself. It is also a one-year award that is renewable by town at the town's discretion. So I feel like we have some protection in that. I don't know if you want to add anything.
I just appreciate that I was included on a meeting to discuss this further, and I'm comfortable with going ahead with the resolution as it is written.
Okay. The next, any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1025 is an award of bid for 2023051 townwide hardware for local pickup, CRS 4418. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1026 is an award of bid 2023054 truck and heavy-duty equipment parts and service, CRS 4451, 4452, 4453, and 4454. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1027 is the 2024 NFBOA conference attendance for economic development. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution, did I somehow, what did I do here? Oh, the 1028, sorry, is the authorization to sign an incentive proposal for Empire State Development, CRS 4429. Any questions regarding the resolution? Should we be doing it here, or should we be doing it at the board meeting? I'm okay doing it by consent.
Okay.
Any reason not to do that via consent? Okay. All right. For anybody who doesn't know, about an hour ago, Governor officially awarded us a $31 million grant to take on a project which we've known on the books for some time in the town as the West Side Interceptor Project. The board members that are here today, we're all here, we're in attendance for that. And I'd like to, I'm going to do this again later on, but I'd like to thank the governor and her team, both in her office at Empire State Development, number of other commissioners, Senator Ryan and Assemblywoman McMahon, who were all part of our ability to be awarded that. It's significant. It's a project that I don't know the town could have taken on. We did take on the street lighting project at around the same dollar value, and that has payback through eventual savings in energy. This one would have taken significantly longer to see a return on investment. So it's really amazing. Jeff, I think it was my first CIP meeting where you introduced me to something called the West Side Interceptor and why we needed to have $30 million on the books in a CIP. And it's been a little befuddling to try to figure out how we were ever going to get to that point. So to say this is significant is an understatement. So I don't know if anybody has anything else you want to add now, but it was certainly humbling to see our projects move forward and be awarded such a value from the state. Resolution 1029 is a change order number 1 and final for Peak Construction Group LLC, Audubon Library expansion phases 1 and 2, Town of Amherst job number 2019.048, CRS 4514. Any questions regarding that change order? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1030 is a change order number 2 and final for the Peyton Barlow Construction Incorporated general contract rebid of Amherst Community Policing and Training Center restroom and interior renovations, Town of Amherst job 2018.036B, CRS 4512. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1031 is a proposal for design services of Bridge New York replacement of the Reese Street culvert, CHA Consulting Incorporated, town job number 2021.014, PIN 5765.04, CRS ID 4513. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1032 is to authorize the supervisor to sign the Getz Energy Corporation fuel contract extension, CRS 4489/3080. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1033 is clerk typist appointment in the court. Any questions regarding the appointment? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1034, Labor, Youth, and Rec, 2 positions. Any questions regarding the appointments? Any reason to withhold them from consent? Resolution 1035 is Refuse Control Officer for the Highway Department. Any questions regarding the appointment? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1036 is a messenger for Building Maintenance and Facilities. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1037 is a laborer for Building Maintenance and Facilities. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1038 is Public Safety Dispatcher for Central Fire Alarm. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1039 is the Police Officer, the Police Department, 6 positions. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1040 to 1040.
Oh. So,
All right. I'm gonna.
okay.
I haven't heard that. Bob, do you know?
Yes, that's correct. That should be in
Okay.
All right, so we'll hold that till this evening. So I'll respectively pull Human Resources to 7, Resolution 1039 off of consent. Resolution 1040 is a detective for the police department. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Communication 140 is a request for a public hearing for a second meeting in January 2024. I recommend we grant that request for a public hearing. Any reason not to do that via consent? Resolution 1041 is to authorize the community development staff to exceed $60,000 total loan limit for housing rehabilitation assistance. Did I say? Did I read that correctly? To authorize community development staff to exceed the 60,000, okay. I don't know if all right. So resolution 1041, is there any reason to withhold that from consent? Resolution 1042 is to grant an agreement purchase of drones and accessories. CRS 4432, New York State Division of Criminal Justice Services, NYS DCJS. Any questions regarding that and that grant funding? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1043 is a grant agreement community policing fund, CRS 4459 for the County of Erie. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold that from consent? Resolution 1044 is a memorandum of understanding for Flock Group Incorporated, CRS 4460, web-based programming. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1045 is the Digital Surveillance Solutions, DSS, CRS 4462, upgrade various cameras within the Highway Department. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1046 is the Delta Sonic Car Wash Systems Incorporated, CRS 4483, townwide car wash contract. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1047 is the GP Flooring Solutions, CRS 4495, APD, headquarters first floor hallway flooring replacement. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1048 is the Erie County Senior Services Congregate Dining, CRS 4502. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold them from consent? Resolution 1049 is an increase in fees. Any question regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1050 is an increase in membership fees. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent?
I just had a
Yep.
question. I believe that Melissa worked out something with the town clerk's office about the resolution. Okay, so that's effective January 1st, 2024. Okay, thank you.
Okay, with that, is there any reason to withhold it?
Oh, we're good.
Okay. Resolution 1051 is the suspension of non-Amherst resident senior center memberships, of new non-Amherst resident senior memberships. Any questions regarding the resolution? We are seeing a wonderful participation at the senior center. And so this is, I think, necessary steps to ensure our residents access. Any questions regarding that? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1052 is the Town of Amherst bid 2023031 sodium hypochlorite contract extension for JCI Jones Chemicals Incorporated, CRS 4503. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1053 is the Town of Amherst bid 2022037 ferric chloride contract extension for PVS Technologies Incorporated, CRS 4492. Any questions regarding that resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1054 is the purchase of 3 1-inch high-pressure orange sewer hose, CRS number 3072. Any questions regarding the resolution? A reason to withhold it from consent. Resolution 1055 is travel authorization. Any questions regarding that? The USA Hockey Winter Meeting. Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1056 is an extension agreement for Gopher Sport, CRS 4467. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Resolution 1057 is a software subscription and web hosting services, CRS 4504. Any questions regarding the resolution? Any reason to withhold it from consent? Communication 141 is correspondence from Chris Pack. I would recommend we receive this, refer it to traffic and safety and the highway department. I don't know if anybody else needs this one specifically. Any reason not to do that via consent? Communication 142 is supplemental summons and amended complaint, Third Bank NA versus Town of Amherst et al. Recommend we receive this, refer to the town attorney. Any reason not to do that via consent? Communication 143 is a summons and complaint for Mary Ann Casrella and Gary Casrella versus Town of Amherst et al. Recommend we receive this, refer to the town attorney as well. And Communication 144 is a summons and complaint for Susan McKee and Richard McKee versus the Town of Amherst et al. I would recommend we receive this, refer to the town attorney as well. Now that we have our full contingency here, I mentioned at the beginning of the meeting, we have a couple of outgoing elected officials, and the board wanted to take time this evening to honor Highway Superintendent Pat Lucy and Deputy Supervisor Debbie Buckeye. I believe we have proclamation for Pat. You want to send me that one first? Okay, perfect. It's work session, but I thought I'd read it into the record, if that's okay. Whereas for 4 decades, Patrick G. Lucy Jr. has been committed to serving Amherst, and whereas first hired as a laborer in the Highway Department in 1979, Pat Lucy was a dedicated employee, working the afternoon shift so he could attend school during the day, and then later promoted to motor equipment operator and worked in that title until 1986. And whereas it was at that time, Pat Lucy drastically changed his career path when he was hired by the Amherst Police Department, working for over 29 years as an officer in Traffic Safety Bureau and then promoted to lieutenant. And whereas when the opportunity became available, Pat Lucy decided to run for highway superintendent, saying his goal was to return the confidence that residents formerly had in the highway department and improve efficiency. And whereas Pat Lucy was elected highway superintendent in November 2015, retired from the Amherst Police Department in December 2015, and took over the highway superintendent duties in January 2016. And whereas public service has been part of Pat Lucy's entire life, with his father, Patrick G. Lucy Sr., having served as a highway superintendent for 22 years from 1973 to 1995. And whereas Pat Lucy used firsthand experience and knowledge he gained as a laborer and operator in his decisions on how to run the department, and ran for a second term, winning re-election in 2020. And whereas in the 8 years that Pat Lucy has led the Amherst Highway Department, he and his crew faced many challenges, none maybe as difficult as the 2022 blizzard, where Pat and his team saw themselves working in tandem with emergency service crews to strategically clear roadways to get residents and motorists most in need of assistance as quickly as possible. And whereas Pat Lucy and the Highway Department were honored by the New York State Governor and the Amherst Town Board for their selfless service and life-saving actions during the historic storm. And whereas Pat Lucy, a lifelong Amherst resident, once said he wanted to be remembered for making the streets safer in the town of Amherst, and for doing everything in his power to correct a dangerous situation, lived up to those words, dedicating his career to serving the town, and will be missed by town government. Be it resolved that the Town of Amherst Town Board recognizes and thanks Pat Lucy for his outstanding leadership and commitment to our community, and wishes him continued success in all his endeavors. Pat, would you come forward, please?
I need the other one. Wait, wait, wait. Here, I'll hand that to you and I'll go stand here. Yes, thank you. Side of the town board. I'm giving this box. Yes. I'm supposed to give you your box back.
Pat, I don't know if you want to say a couple words.
Yeah, well, I just, again, like Supervisor said, it's been a long time, other departments. Taking this highway job certainly opened my eyes to experiences I haven't before been through. So, again, I couldn't have done it alone, you know, the help that I received from other department heads. Bob McCarthy with the personnel questions helped me greatly. Jeff Burrows, engineering, Dan Howard, planning, Linda, and, you know, Daryl, Roller's office. Definitely a team effort. The highway superintendent can't do it alone. And I'm just, you know, so amazed how everybody worked together to get what we had to do, you know, get it done. Again, working with the town board, never saying no. You know, they give me everything, but I'm telling you, it's, you know, they really went out of their way to find ways to get us what we needed when we did need it. So I appreciate it all, your residents, especially in the town, for giving me the confidence, voting me in to do this job. Never a bad day, no regrets.
Next, we have a proclamation for Deputy Supervisor Deborah Bruck-Buckeye. Whereas the Town of Amherst Town Board honors Deborah Bruck-Buckeye for her commitment as a tireless community leader, dedicating 17 years to government operations in the Town of Amherst. And whereas Deborah Bruck-Buckeye has always believed in service and helping others, evident by her dedication to healthcare industry, graduating cum laude from DeUville College with a BS in nursing, beginning her career as a registered nurse, later earning her MS in community psychiatric nursing, which she's probably needed with me more often than not, and nobody's disagreeing, they're just laughing, and a PhD in medical sociology. And whereas proud Polish American, Deborah Bruck-Buckeye has worked to keep a spotlight on Polish history and heritage in our region, serving in a number of Polish American organizations such as the New York Bicentennial Commission. I tried to get this one correct. I'm gonna ask for
Kosciuszko.
Kosciuszko. Stan's not here, so I appreciate the assistance. Foundation, Western New York chapter, the Polish American Congress, the Polish Arts Club of Western New York, and the Polish National Alliance. And whereas, with her passion for serving the public, Deborah Brooke Buckeye ran for office, first earning a seat at the town board in November 2015 election and being sworn in January 2016. Whereas Deborah Brooke Buckeye went on to win election for a position of town clerk, serving in that role from 2009 to 2011, where she focused on improving efficiency, streamlining services, ensuring the repository of vital documents for residents, and whereas, known for her strong commitment to civil service, Deborah Brooke Buckeye returned to the town board, serving consecutive terms from 2016 to 2019 and 2020 to 2023. It was named deputy supervisor under Satish Mohan in 2006, and again in 2023 under Supervisor Brian Kalpa. And whereas during her time with the town of Amherst, Deborah Brooke Buckeye championed many efforts, including spearheading the formation of the Committee on Disabilities to ensure the town has proactively accommodating residents' needs. And whereas Deborah Brooke Buckeye has been an ongoing member of numerous Amherst organizations, such as the Amherst Museum, the Amherst Symphony Orchestra, and the Amherst Youth Board. And whereas Deborah Brooke Buckeye, a liaison for the Community Diversity Commission, Board of Assessment Review, Historic Preservation Commission, Library Board of Trustees, Senior Center Services Advisory Board, Employee Suggestion Committee, brought professionalism and expertise by helping each unique board and committee achieve its mission and improve the town. And whereas Deborah Brooke Buckeye dedicated countless hours to various efforts, including the town of Amherst 9/11 commemoration ceremony, which has long been one of the largest ceremonies in Western New York, to ensure the victims of 9/11 are honored and remembered at the Amherst Memorial Hill Grove. And whereas receiving multiple honors and awards, Deborah Brooke Buckeye has been recognized by New York State Association of Towns as the first elected official in Erie County to achieve the Certified Town Official honor by Assemblywoman Karen McMahon and with the Women of Distinction Award, and by the Polish Solidarity Association of Western New York with the Distinguished Leadership Award, and by the Uval College with the Alumni Service Award. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Town of Amherst Board recognizes Deborah Brooke Buckeye for her time and devotion to the Town of Amherst, her outstanding leadership, her commitment to our community, and be it further resolved, the Town Board heartily thanks Deborah Brooke Buckeye for her service and wishes her continued success in all of her endeavors. Congratulations.
Picture with you.
say a few
Yeah,
words?
absolutely.
More than a few, but.
Ryan, your microphone has not been on while you, or your microphone's screwed up.
Thank you very much for this wonderful acknowledgement of my years of service to the town of Amherst. It has been an honor and a privilege to serve on the town board and as town clerk. I first want to thank the voters. Their support provided an opportunity for me which was transformative. Never as a young person growing up did I envision that my life journey would include being an elected official. I would never have imagined that choosing nursing as a profession would have ultimately led me to use my skills in public service for the benefit of our community. I want to thank all of the department heads, staff, and employees for their continuous consideration and assistance. They always did their best to answer my questions, because I'm the one with the questions, and accommodate my requests. And they always helped me to look like an efficient and well-prepared board member and town clerk. I want to thank all of the elected officials that I have served with through the years. Most recently, I have worked with a distinguished group of colleagues. Jackie Berger, Councilmember Sean Lavin, Councilmember Michael Zucala, Fran Spoth, who now is our town clerk, and we go way back, and Supervisor Brian Kulpa, who appointed me as Deputy Supervisor for 2023. I will always appreciate the recognition you gave me to serve in that position during this past year. Family support is paramount in most everything we do. My son Craig is a master campaign organizer and skilled political advisor. People are laughing because they know. He spent thousands of hours campaigning door to door with me, and I would not have won without his guidance. My daughter-in-law, Kate, helped with many mailings and events through the years and with social media, and was a good listener. And for me, with my master's in community psychiatric nursing, communication and listening are very important. So I really appreciated that attribute in Kate. My grandchildren provided really comic relief, and anybody that knows them knows that this is really true. And in the process, they've learned a little bit about government, and they can actually tell you who all the elected officials are, including highway superintendent and, of course, town clerk. Because town clerk, we go way back. Most notably, my husband, Carl. He has had to make many sacrifices for me ever since we got married, but from a political standpoint, since 2001, when I first ran for office. We coordinated our home schedule to allow me the time to accomplish the work that needed to get done. I owe a debt of gratitude to my parents, the late Edward and Victoria Bruck, who gave me a strong educational foundation and tremendous work ethic. My father's experience as one of the 10 Grand Masters in checkers during his time taught me strength and resilience in the face of competition. So all in all, my parents believed in me and thought that I would be a success. And certainly along the way, all of my extended family, because I'm an only child, so my cousins, my aunts and uncles, they really meant a lot to me. My sister-in-law, brother-in-law, my other brother-in-law, John Buckeye, who passed away, they all helped me through my campaigns. And my teachers for helping me to be the best that I could be. So there is a quote, I've been thinking about this for the last few months, and I looked it up, and it originally was written by Ludwig Jakubowski, who is a German poet, and it appeared in actually originally 1899, but it resurfaced in a Dr. Seuss book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. So as my term comes to a close, I'm reminded that don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Supervisor, and congratulations. With that, I'm going to motion to adjourn to a celebratory recess,
Second.
followed by an executive session. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everyone.